everybody. So I thought the next thing that might be a good idea to talk about is the whole appointment system at the salon. Especially coming back from the coronavirus pandemic, we are going to be probably not quite ourselves at the salons, all salons. We're going to have people coming in that have not had their new growth done in a way longer time than what they would normally go. We will have people that might have done their own color but didn't do it correctly. We will have people who need major overhaul haircuts. So I'm going to ask on behalf of all my fellow stylists that everybody try to be as patient with us as possible in the upcoming months. None of us likes running behind, but I have the feeling that when we get back, that might be more the norm than not. I'd like to say it won't be that way, but I really think that there's just going to be no way to predict how long each appointment will take. So hopefully everyone will just be patient with us the first time around, and we'll kind of get it all together and get everybody back on track, and everyone will be happy. The next note that I'd like to address with that is even on a normal day, a lot of stylists are very busy with their appointments. So if you can't make your appointment, please don't just not show up, because that really hurts the stylist when you do that, because there's always someone waiting in the wings that would have loved that appointment. So if you could do us the courtesy of calling at least a day in advance, even a couple days is better yet. But we all know things happen, and if you're sick or you end up staying late at work, that's all totally understandable. But if you had the option of telling us sooner, believe me, on behalf of my fellow stylists, we would really appreciate you giving us as much of a heads up as you possibly can. And in light of the fact that we'll be coming back from this pandemic, there's going to be so many people that will all want in at the same time, and it just won't be possible for us to make that happen. So the next thing I would like to mention is when you are calling to make an appointment, and this is just normal appointment making 101, if you will. Know what services you want. Just to say that you want a color retouch, that's not specific enough. And where I work, we try very hard to book your next appointment as you are leaving, because I'm looking at here, I've just done your service, and I know exactly what I would like to do the next time around. So I can tell the front desk exactly what you need for your next service. But if you don't book your next appointment and you're calling in, there's so many versions of color. It could be highlights, it could be a retouch only, you could be doing a completely different color. All of those things take different amounts of time. So the more specific that we can be in booking the appointment, the more specific we can book it. So that helps me out tremendously. Doing a retouch or doing a balayage, huge difference in the amount of time that it takes. And I hate to have somebody come in and they're expecting their service and it's booked a certain way, and then now I find out, holy moly, this is going to take a lot longer than what you're booked for. I'm not the kind of stylist that turns people away, but in all reality, I probably should, because if it takes me longer, that means everybody behind you is going to wait. So, not to beat a dead horse, but if you can be as specific as possible with what you actually need done, that'll be very, very helpful. If you have changed your mind about wanting color and you come in and you just say, I'm just going to get a cut today, we want to know that in advance as well, because your appointment just changed from a 2-hour appointment to a 45-minute appointment. And having a heads up on that, I can offer that spot to somebody, again, who's waiting in the wings. So it's very helpful to know that. And in talking about this, I will also say most stylists don't like to call in sick, and they don't want to have to cancel your appointment. None of us likes that. That's our money, that's our income. But if we are sick and we have to reschedule your appointment, just know that we're going to do our best to get you in on another time and accommodate you as much to your convenience as possible. In that situation, I know where I work, Like I have notes in the computer of everything I do with your colors. So if you really need to get in, I'm more than happy to suggest that you go to somebody else if there's for some reason I can't be there and you absolutely need to get in. Let's see, what else about appointments would be important to know? Pre-booking. Pre-booking is a very good way to go. Uh, I myself am booked out weeks in advance. So when you call and you're trying to get in that week, do yourself a favor. Don't put yourself in that situation. And just as you're leaving, everybody's got a pattern of when they need their hair done. Your hair will grow. I can guarantee that. It's tax time right now. And other than death and taxes, I can tell you with certainty, your hair will grow. So, and at the rate of a ½ inch a month, whatever your length is, you're going to, in the course of 2 months, you're going to have 1 inch of new growth. So if you get color done, you're going to have 1 inch of new growth showing. And 1 inch is a lot to throw a haircut off. So plan ahead, book your next appointment. We confirm 2 days in advance. So if for some reason you can't make it, or you decide that you aren't ready to get your hair done, that's fine. Rebook your appointment for another time. It kind of gets you thinking about it when you get that confirmation. And again, we're getting a 2-day notice if you end up canceling. But it's just so much better for you and for us because then we get you in, we can accommodate you. Otherwise, we're trying to fit you in, and that's not always possible. And it kills me to do that. I want to get people in. So I guess that's pretty much it. Just know what you need done, and if you call to get in and you can't get the time that you would like, ask to be put on the waiting list. Every salon program has some form of a waiting list, so getting put on that list, even if you did end up booking an appointment, but it's 2 weeks later than what you would like, or a month later than you would like, get on that waiting list, and then for sure, we'll, as we get cancellations, I know with our program, if somebody cancels, immediately someone in the waiting list pops up that fits into that criteria. So just know that that's a great option to do as well. So if you have any questions about any of these videos that I'm doing, please comment below and I will be happy to answer anything you have a question about. And to my regular clients, if you have broken down and decided to do your color yourself, feel free to contact me because I will be happy to guide you. I would rather guide you in doing it than expect you to wait and have you not, and then use something that might be detrimental to any future color services. So I personally am more than happy to advise if I'm contacted. So take care. Hope everyone is staying healthy and safe, and hopefully we will be done with this soon. Thanks. Talk to you soon.